thought there was a slowdown? Well, think again. The market is bouncing right back. New launches every second day, and that's exactly what you'll see first right here on the Car and Bike Show. Welcome to a new episode. I'm Siddharth Vinayak Patankar. We've got something lined up right there. You can see it. We'll get to that. What else do we have for you? Well, it's another new launch in the hot hatch space. Here are today's highlights. Fiat Grande Punto is here. We have the exclusive review. The week's other big news makers from the world of wheels. And Audi's Q5 in its diesel avatar. Alright, so all of that is coming up now. The Q5, of course, just drove into the market a few days ago, and we had that launch for you. We've got the diesel version on the show, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. But let's start off by talking about the hatch space as promised. Now, just last week, the Honda Jazz drove in and changed things as far as the hot hatch space is concerned. And now you've got a new entrant right on its heels, Fiat's Grande Punto. We've got the first exclusive review for you on CNB, and we've got more than one version of the car. Let's dive right into it.
Here's a car that NDTV was the first to show you. It's a car that has helped ink the big turnaround story for Fiat, which almost went bankrupt a decade ago. The Punto first debuted as a compact hatch in 1993. And what you see now is a much more enlarged third generation, which is why Grand was added to the name. The car sells in multiple markets and has been a bestseller for Fiat.
I've said this in the past as well. If Maserati was to design a hatchback, it would look something like this. Now, I'm saying that because the Grande Punto really exudes Italian style and yet has, a typical hatch characteristic about it in terms of shape and size. And this is that successful platform for Fiat, right, which came in and then spawned the Bravo and then the Linea. Now, in India, we got the Linea first, and we're getting this car after that. Rest of the world, it's been in reverse order. This car came in long ago, and the Linea, of course, followed much after that. So I wish I could bring in a Linea right now so I could just explain to you the design characteristic, that styling that I'm talking about, because it starts with this one, but it really sort of comes full force with the Linea, and you can actually see that family look. Now, I wish I had that Linea. What's that? Whoa, bellissima. What do you know? There's a Linea. I wish I'd asked for a Ferrari instead, but anyway, we've got our wish. So let me go across and show you just what I'm talking about before we come back to the Punto. Right, so this face really screams Italian. Look at the way the front grille has been finished, the way the headlamps come around on the sides, they're nice and big, they make a statement, and a lot of people love that about the Linea. They say it's such a good-looking car. If you look at the Linea from the side a little bit, it gives you the sense of space, and the way the mirror grows out of the door, you got this sharp line that runs along the ridge, and of course cuts right through the door handles, which are also an interesting shape. Now, all of this, if you look at it, just swing around and you see similarities in the Grande Punto, and that's because that's where it all came from. So even though this is a much wider, much longer version, same thing but with a shorter wheelbase, and that's what you get. So now you know why it's so important to talk about family styling, just the overall look that certain brands evoke. Let's go across and show you the Punto in more detail.